Hi, my friends, how is everything? Dear volunteers, good morning, good afternoon, how are you doing? I hope everyone had a great, wonderful weekend with awesome Saturday morning working at the garden with your families. Okay, so this video have many different things, basically for beginners, people live in apartments, tips like that. And a very few at the end for producers about brooms and a few things like that. Okay? All right, so let's get ready, get organized. Please make better videos according to what I'm posting. For everything already posted, select already according to the departments, and let's have all them ready for our new website. Thank you. Okay, my friends, how you doing? Awesome, right? So today's Saturday, October the 1st. So I'm gonna tell you after what I did outside, but inside I'm just trying to make a little few things better. So I got a lot of, you see here, so many little tomato plants that were in the middle of ants. I have to take them out, so I put them here. This bowl, even that's a kitchen bowl, use whichever you can. You just wash and disinfect afterwards with vinegar. Okay, all right, so I put them here a little bit so they will be hydrated while I prepare this. So prepare whichever you can. So I got this egg container here, right? And I got this also here, some strawberry plastic containers. So I put some in here, you see. So I will already put them, because I don't have much soil, I have to buy more soil. So I will put this soil there a little bit so they can grow a little bit more already this week, instead of keeping them in the same place, because the roots get so long. You see, some roots get long, but the top is still very tiny, the leaves still very tiny. So do whichever you can. Here I'm going to do this. You see, can fit well, because that's the only soil I haven't have too much water. And I'm going just to cut this excess and put the excess right here. So do whichever you have with the containers you have. You see, I do have a lot of containers still someone gave to me, but I don't have much soil, as I told you. It's important for us to do the best we can with organic soil. Even that your container is not the perfect one, PBA free yet, just do the best you can. All right? Okay. And the other thing I did, because that's quite some 3 weeks, right? I planted, so I renamed them. I got the blue pen and I wrote them stronger. So the other things I did outside, I'm gonna show you. This can be used, you see, it's fine. Even that's a little paint, you can take the paint out, whichever you're doing, but you can use all this cardboard as dirt. Cut them pieces like that, small, such as here. I already cut the top, you see, so they would fit nicely here. So use whichever you can. Dry leaves is good, okay? And the lemon, I'm cutting the lemon. You see here, I already started cut the lemon peels, because I take all the core, right? All the fiber I take so I can use. And don't put the seeds, because for trees, remember, for trees, we are not trying to plant them unless we are 100% sure they are non-GMO, because you don't want to spend years waiting for the tree and then you realize they have no fruits, right? Okay, so you can cut them tiny like this, mix with the soil and put on the bottom of the containers of the plants that like acidic grass, right? Okay? All right, so I'm going to show you. I will come back in a minute. Okay, so what you do here, you see I already cut them individually, you see? Because it'll be easier afterwards to transplant. They're going to be wet and with roots, so you're just gonna take the bottom out. It's gonna be really easy to take the bottom out. This, I'm not making holes here. I rather check, because we don't have much rain coming up right now. So we are already in October here in Florida, right? So if come one another, I can easily drain. This one is different, does have a drainage, okay? All right, so Whichever you want is fine, but you know, you can cut them afterwards too. They're gonna be wet and gonna be easy. If you don't have a strong scissors, that's also an idea, okay? Sorry, sometimes my phone doesn't turn. Alright, so I got this cardboard from, yes, so put on the bottom because the paint will eventually, you know, break down. You know, if that's your case, if you don't have too much soil, okay? Alright, just do the best you can, and that's what you do. I didn't have enough of soil here, so I have to wait for this one, okay? So I'm going to use this one with the leftover soil I got that does not have ants or ants eggs. That's important. Make sure you're doing proper thing. Don't, you know, have to check twice a week or even more. Okay, rub garlic, put you know, anything that you think is better according to the type of ants you have. Make sure no eggs. Hi everyone, how you doing? Okay, so let's do some updates. Today is October 1st. Alright, so here's the green onion, and this is the new one I planted today. So here we have radish, you see? And here, very tiny, I have the little tomatoes. I put 8 on this container. So I don't have many containers, but as I said, we're just gonna do the best we can. So I put 4 in each, you see, for the tomatoes to grow a bit more, and then eventually to put in a larger container like that. So those are small containers, maybe about 12 centimeters tall or so. So I try to put 4 or 5 in each, just for them to grow a bit more this following week or two, you see? So they're doing great. So just do it really gently, you know. So that's what I did. All of this here on the top, I put garlic, little pieces of garlic. I rub garlic. I did, and I also bought cayenne pepper. You see, cayenne pepper. So we're gonna sprinkle a little bit around. Just do the best you can. This is the cocoa plums. Look how they're doing really great. They're native here. You see? And here we have the collards. I didn't have time to transplant, and the arugula. You see? They look quite similar this time, you know, and they're really little like that. So collards and arugula, very similar. Okay, so here you see I got really tiny dandelions. Look, it takes a very long time. Look how tiny they are. You see here? Oh, very tiny. You see here? They have 1, 2, 3. Here's 1, 2. Here's 4. You know, 4 little ones here. They're really tiny. It takes a long time. Cocoa plums. Here's doing great. So this row is cocoa plums. Yeah. So if you're not sure, put a little, you know, a tag on them so you're sure. I planted more cilantro here, and I planted more dill here. Make sure you put against the sun, the tag, you know, so it will last longer. Okay, so here we have spinach. Look how nice they're doing. That we have to transplant. And the mint, really tiny. You see the mint and that dandelion takes forever. See how tiny they are? Maybe a good 40 there, but they're really tiny. Don't even know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see now. So that's what I did, you know. So now we're going to put some cayenne pepper. So make sure all of this had ants. I put spray, but you have to make sure they have no eggs. So don't use them. If you think there's eggs there, take them out. You see? Look how nice. We got the cilantro. They're doing great. I put them hidden here this side so they wouldn't take too much sun from the morning. But they're doing really great. Look, you see? I try to put 2 in each because then it will be easy for me to divide them. and put in a larger container. Ants are moving around, but with this cayenne pepper now, gonna help. You can, of course, as soon as you're gonna have mint and other things, gonna help. But you can also use black pepper. Look, more ants here. It's crazy. But anyways, and I have some here. I put some other containers here. Look, my radishes. Remember last week I transplanted them? I put 4 in each so I can eat them. And in the center, the tomato. The tomato has about 10 centimeters root. But on the top is still like not even 3 centimeters yet. But all of those, we're going to be able to eat them soon. I had this extra container, so I put them on the top to avoid them to be too close to the ground because a lot of ants here. Just do the best you can, get organized and going, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put cayenne pepper a little bit around here and there, not on the plants because I'm avoiding that because they're so tiny, right? All of them. All right, okay, so let's get going. I got this spoon here and let's do our best. Okay, so start planting away from kids, right? The ones you need at your county. In this case here, I think for us, the best would be cayenne and black pepper. So Griffin just bought one of them, my older son, and let's see how it goes. But just keep trying and trying. Just be careful with children touching, right? Be careful. You as well. Don't put your hands in your eyes. Wash well the spoon or whichever tool you use afterwards because pretty strong. Okay, let's get ready. Okay, everyone. Good morning, good evening. How are you doing?
Good morning.
All right, we have some updates. Today is October the 2nd.
October the 2nd.
Okay, so here we are. So remember, if you get any containers like this, make sure you always wash. You can wash them with a little rag, right? A little soap and water like this,
Yes, wash them.
Little cotton fabric, or you can spray them with a hose, if you have. All this guidance, of course, is for people that's starting up, they have apartments, right? This situation. For people that already have their land, already know, so they don't need to watch those videos. Okay, so any type of container you get, make sure you wash them, spray them well to take any residues, anything, rub the bottom, okay? All right, wash them really well, and then you disinfect. How are you going to disinfect? Solution a half, I think is fine, right? You spray them, already spray with vinegar, everything. The bottom as well, do really a good job. All right, so if you got containers like this, take the stickers out. If you get some that is hard, put the fabric on, let it soak for a little bit, you see? Let it soak and take them out. But use the containers, even that they don't look perfect, right? They have those funny shapes, just use them, okay? And then you put some water, leave there for a few minutes and done. All right, so any container you find, you can go to the recycle of your community. You can use them somehow, right? Use, because until we have our gardens, my friends, a lot of work. So you can use those pots because, if you don't know if they have PBA, don't put plants straight away like this one. But if that's what you got, start using because we need food, okay? And people eat so many worse food in this planet that a little PBA is not going to hurt. Try to have your plants in the center and not on the sides. That's all. Just try your best, okay? All right, you can put some water in here and your pot, right at the center. You can do this if you have too much ants in an area. If you already can lift them up and put, for example, 2 stands or 2 bricks or 4 bricks, 2 in each side or 4 in each side, and put a wooden board, and put them all on the top, that will be even better because you need less space to use your cayenne pepper, for example, or black pepper, because here in Florida is $20 a pound for what? A little more, less than 600 grams for cayenne pepper. So it's very expensive. All right, so you can put water, anything you can, you do, my friends, to avoid ants. Okay, so you're using the containers you have, but you know your main objective is your real gardens. We're gonna let you know how long you can keep those and which type, we're gonna let you know because our main objective is to have real gardens. Okay, so here I'm using all those eggs from cardboard, like I took here, I got from Sprouts, you see. So I'm using everything. I took the paint because anything that is paint you take out, you see, like here's a bit more. Because some are more like plastic, you take them out. And if you have paint like that, but you see it's not really plastic, it's okay, just put on the bottom and the paint will leach out. If you don't need them, just cut them out and put more far away. Don't use to your plants. But for me, I need because, it takes time to go and buy more. Okay, so I put this a little water here. So see the difference. All right, so I have 2 containers here that does not leak water. So you just control the water. Of course, not going to be like that. I just put a little bit to break down. But save your water. So here, save your water, you can bring to the plants. All right, so put 1 seed in each, whichever plant you have, all right? Okay, so that will be really easy for you to do, all right? So now, if you have afterwards, for example, this one as well, I use another egg box, you see here, that does not leak because 2 I'm going to leave like that because they can sprout here at the apartment without make a mess on a porch, and then I will bring to the light. Okay, so you're going to plant 1 in each, right? So I'm going to show you for people that doesn't know, but if you have cardboard, look, you pinch, I start pinching here a little bit, you see? It's very easy to pinch the bottom afterwards, you see? I'm not doing more. But to replant, you just pinch, take the whole bottom out, okay, of these little cones. All right, so the other thing, you shape up your cones. You take all these pieces and you can put in the dirt. You see? Shape them up. You don't want them to be standing too much because you have to plant on a level they grew. So whichever level it is now, so that's why you don't leave many pieces sticking out. So that's what I'm doing. I had 2 that does not leak, as you see here. 1, 2 that does not leak. And I have here, that's from strawberries. Do leak, need to go outside. All right, okay, because it will drain already. Okay, so the other tip, already cut. Prepare everything you can during the week. So all this disinfecting, washing, taking tape out, cutting the cardboards, eggshells, you can put an egg in a container like that and already use the cardboard ones, all right? So do the best you can during the week. So Saturday is really outside time. Already buy your timbers, buy organic soil, mulch, right? Softwood mulch because they're gonna break down quicker and will let your garden go. So the other tip, it's like that. I made 2 containers for during the week. You're gonna see whichever you think is more appropriate for it. So I got some lemon here and I got some here. I'm gonna stick them out to avoid ants. So I'm gonna put them around the pots. And here's the eggs. So cut already, you have time, you already cut. If you don't have time, just put them on the top and cut when you have time, because some mornings you might do things in a hurry. Cut them in the evening, that's fine. If you're making eggs for the evening. All right? Cut them tiny, and I don't wash because you see this bacteria gonna become bacteria, right? When they get to the weather, right? Put them on the middle part because the roots gonna touch them and gonna have the nutrients of the eggs. All right? Okay. So figure out your way, and I need one for regular vegetables, but I'm just redoing everything, restarting everything, doing the best I can. Okay, so your garden beds, remember, you're gonna need some deeper ones for celery, potatoes, and things like that, and some garden beds that can be more shallow, right? But for carrots and other things, you really need a deep garden. Okay, so the other thing I want to show you, it's this. All right, so here I got some radish leaves. So what you do, you wash them, take the dirt out, if you bought or from your own garden. And then you spray a little vinegar or lemon so they can break down a little bit. Don't cook. Avoid cooking, because when we cook things, they already lose some vitamins, some minerals, right? We can do it, of course, but avoid. Okay, so I kept this for lunch. I had some for breakfast, these radish leaves. You see, they're really more break down. And you can get some lemon. Take the whole core. Look what I did for breakfast. Take the whole fiber of your lemons, and then you cut them in tiny pieces like this, okay, to put on your plants, around, whichever you need. Okay, so you just get the spoon and you keep doing this way, right, holding with the other hand and doing this, and then you just pull the rest out, okay, because they're very important and they're very expensive and they really take time to grow. So use everything, okay. So I'm using the lemon in the morning as fasting, and then I can use this in my breakfast, and that I use my breakfast too. Okay, so now some tips for your own family. So I already got here a few things for 2 days or so, right? So the carrots, even that's organic from your own garden, yes, put vinegar, half a half water, half vinegar, spray them, wait for 10 minutes, and get ready. So the celery outside, only spray them, wash them, the radish as well, the beets, okay? It's important, always spray, even that's your own garden. Because some places, the soil we purchase organic, but it's sterile. I don't know how they do it, but to don't have any weeds, anything. I don't know if they put UV, radiation, how they do it. But we know, soil that we purchase do not have seeds from weeds if they come in a bag. So whichever is your reality, always spray. We're going to tell everyone how long we're going to do that with vinegar. Maybe 4 years or so, how we are going to do. 2 years from the organization launching day, or we're going to let you know. All right, but always spray things. So here's an example of this herb. So I'm going to use a little bit for our salad because it's good to have. Even that's really edible. And if you don't have, anyone that cannot have it, because you're going to learn about those plants. Children are going to start learning about the basics at school, and as they grow up, they're going to learn more and more, all right? And so you just do the same. Wash them well, take the dirt, any dirt or pollution, whichever it is, okay? Wash them well, and you can put also a little vinegar, cut in small pieces, right? Cut small pieces. You don't use very strong ones, right? Because it might be too hard for digestion. But all these soft ones, it's fine. You can use them, okay? All right? Okay, so you can put a little bit for each person because people need to get used to use these different things. One day they're already, familiar, the taste, familiar with the shape, the type of plant it is, okay? All right, my friends, you're doing really great. And get ready. So it's mandatory for everyone to already start working every Saturday morning. Organize yourself. Let's do 8 to 12 every morning. Get your things ready during the week. So or 7 7 to 12. Depends how much you need. Okay, so organize yourself and get ready. The first few Saturdays might take, might be a little hard to get organized, but if you have help, that will be plenty. 4 or 5 hours, that will be plenty of time. Okay, all right, so get ready, everyone, and have proper documentation. If you live in a rental community, get authorization from the office, or if you have board members, if you own your house or apartment, you have board members, whichever it is, because we have so many different realities. Get your written paper. If they don't let you, go to the owners who owns that rental community and ask them, and have always two originals, okay? One you're gonna keep to the person or to the office, not to the person, to the office, I guess, right? Look, I really got it. And one you keep to yourself. Always 2 signatures, always the fingerprint with 2 fingers on the side. Signatures in blue, get the stamp if the office has a stamp. Every office should have a stamp. Okay? All right, get ready, get your documentation, and already get organized. If you live in a sky riser, that's how we are calling, but the real name used to be skyscraper. Already find the land that's really up to a half block away. Cannot walk more than that. If you need to demolish a small building or a fast food place, you have to do. But if it's too tall, what is getting down is the sky riser and not a small fast food. All right? So get organized, my friends. Get your documentation, get your neighbors, talk to them, get authorization and paper sign, okay? Purchase a land that's available, So you're going to do a study, because some places in some cities are crowded. So which building gonna go down? Because we are getting established up to 20. I think that's really reason. 20 or 25, no more. Because all elevators and all these things takes time, and so we're gonna get an adjustment, maybe up to 25, no more. That's for sure, no more, okay? Because we don't need people to live that far away. It's a lot of electricity, so we're gonna get organized. Okay, so my friends, get your land, buy your timbers, build your garden. So it will be 2 meters by 6, I guess, right? But we can also have some in hexagon or squares, 2 by 2. As soon as an arm of an adult can reach the center of the garden, that will be fine. And we're going to give more details soon. All right, take care. Okay, so of course, remember to make a little cut on the bottom. Right? Depends on your reality, the type of soil you have, the type of soil you need. You can make just 2 tiny holes at the end, because we're going to be more long like that. Or little 4, Cut very tiny. If need more, you can cut bigger afterwards. All right? Okay. All right. And for lemons and things, so put on the fridge. As soon as you have them, to avoid mosquitoes in your counter, put them in the fridge, your compost, all right? Whichever you keep in the eggs, the lemon, to avoid fruit flies, to avoid anything. Cut them and, put them in the fridge for the day, all right? Do not put in the freezer because you're going to break the bacteria that's already forming. I do the other way around. I don't have any here because we just put everything in the ground yesterday. But you use your containers and you already put whichever tea you use, whichever coffee, and the fruit peelings, anything you have, and you cover. For them to do exactly, if they cover really well, to do exactly this job of already making bacteria. If you, make if it close really properly, then you can do that, okay? you know, so they start already breaking down at your counter or at your porch, at your windowsill, because they need heat. And they're already gonna ferment, and the lid might even pop up a little bit, you know, like be round on the top. That's what we want. We want bacteria. It's good bacteria. You're not gonna put on a soil, okay? All right, you're doing great. Remember, when you transplant, keep the top soil of your container. So as you have here, right? Those are still washing, but leave this type of container is too big. So leave the top, you know, 4 or 5 centimeters of the top with regular thin soil, right? Not mulches, because those are hard for the seeds to grow, and it's also be easy for you to take them apart from each other, right? Okay, and have all the vitamins from here on, this part, not the bottom. The bottom is things that you want to break down a bit more, right? Because remember, they are not 100% break down yet, so you don't want to burn them. So here have the regular, because the roots in the beginning, the seed's gonna shoot with the heat anyways. So they're gonna start touching the vitamins, you know, the things, the bacteria from your compost, slowly, and then eventually they will go down for more, or they will go side and get them slower. That's fine, whichever type of plant you have, okay? All right, but not at the very top, okay? All right, we're doing great. So get organized and get ready, my friends, because we need really a lot, okay? All right, so here it is. And also start planting the fruit trees, moringas, you know, whichever you can, just do it the best you can, you see? Just do it, get organized, because that is what we really need. And every week you're gonna get more and more organized, right? Selecting, like here, you know, one is only eggs, one, because you don't want to put eggs in a real bottom. You're gonna waste them. You need the calcium, you need this bacteria that's from the leftover egg, even that you scrape really well the egg, you need that to eat, but will be tiny bacteria there. Keep those things at the center, okay? All right, you're doing really great. Get ready. Okay, so now here I have some tips for people that do not have containers, because some countries, some areas of some countries, that's the reality. No, they don't even have hard plastic. What they have is soft plastic. So get the soft plastic. You can plant. Look, they don't have paint. If they came with food, you can use. You know, probably they don't have PBA. Okay? So you fold the top, you know, 2 or 4 times, as I did here already a little bit. Okay? And look, you know, you can make a container like that. Yes, put one beside the other. That's fine. Avoid the ones that have paint. But, you know, they came food in it, so probably it's not PBA, right? That some hard plastics do have, so it'll be fine. You know, the paint is outside, but if that's what you have, that's what you have, that's what you use. You know, like this one. You know, so you're just gonna do the best. If you have better option, of course, don't use, but if that's what you have right now, my friends, go ahead and use it. Okay? Avoid the soft ones, because those will be just good for 1 or 2 times. They won't last as much as the thicker ones. All right? Okay, my friends, so here I'm already saving plastic bags for whichever need, because here, you know, I rather plant in transparent plastic than those that those regular containers that I don't know if they have PBA. I searched it up, I couldn't figure that out yet. Okay? All right, get ready, organized, and let's plant our gardens. Okay, the other thing is that you want to avoid very, very small containers. Like this one only fits 4, even that they can drain is fine. Why? Because the wind will blow away, unless it's your real windowsill, right, or your porch, if they have enough light, then it's okay. You can use it. But, you have to think about all these things. And easily you can carry them and bring to another location afterwards. All right? Okay, that's good. Remember about these details. Is for seeds. So if you get a vegetable that you believe that it's not GMO, so go ahead, take the seeds. As soon as it's vegetables, right, salad greens, or if they are, not fruit trees, okay? As soon as it's not trees that are gonna take so long, that's okay. You can try, right? Won't hurt you. So if you're in a humid area and does not have air conditioning to make sure they dry just before you keep, right? So you can put in a fridge for a day or so or a few hours, right? They're gonna dry really well. Put inside your plastic container like that, just to avoid bugs. Close them well like this, you see? Close them well, you're fine. It will be great until the following schedule and you're really gonna use them, okay? All right, doing really great. Okay, so if you need to use a brush on the bottom, yes, do that. Wash really well, soap and water, because you don't know where they came from. If they were, outside for a long time, if a cat or dog peed it, or if rat passed by and peed it, always wash. Put soap and water in a bucket like I did here, you see? Wash it really well, okay? And then you have to wash your hands and you're gonna spray. How are you gonna spray? You spray them outside and inside. You see? Solution 50-50, let them dry. You do that with all your containers, Take the stick, already said, always, you see these borders here? They have this, this spray. Make sure there's no eggs of bugs, of anything, okay? And put them to air dry. You don't need to rinse in 10 minutes because, they're plastic, they're gonna be fine, all right? If some stickers you couldn't get out, it's okay. Just do the best you can. Rub the bottom, the sides, inside, outside, and you're getting ready, okay? Now, I have another tip. If you have leaves from outside, you're gonna do exactly the same. You have to dump them in water, put a few drops of soap, neutral soap, right? Or a little vinegar, whichever you have. Why? The same reason. You don't know if dogs pee it, you don't know if rats pass by and pee it, you don't know what is in there. If you don't know if it's chemicals or Roundup, so wash. Even some sand, if you get some sand, like here, in Florida, that's what we have is sand all over, right? Okay, so wash. Put in soap and water, let it soak for 2 days, rinse again. If you're really not sure they have chemicals, put more soap because the soap gonna help. At the end, put some vinegar because your bacteria is not coming from here. That's gonna come afterwards. This is important to be really clean, okay? So that's what you do. Put the soil, if you need more water, put more water, as soon as it's a soap, biodegradable soap, because you don't want a soap that you rinse and never finish, right? Wash, rub, and in 2 days, rinse again. Use a strainer, right? And don't clog your sink. Be careful with the sand, because here I'm washing some sand on the bottom as well. Because I need just a little bit, okay? All right? So do that. And also because they might be dirty, dirt itself. So you don't know who put the hands on those containers, all right? Get really organized, get ready, and invite all your family and neighbors as well. Containers, only dry leaves, dry, very dry, clippings, because the objective is for those to break down the bacteria you're putting from your compost, your kitchen compost, okay? Nothing is green here, you see? Everything is dry, okay? All right, so 2 days in the water, so, and then you put some vinegar, okay? To be sure, right? Put vinegar. If you don't have much money, and then you can boil them. Because as I said, the main bacteria is not coming from here. The main thing is for this to be really clean. Okay, so put vinegar or boil. Put in a big pan, boil them, okay? All right, doing great. Okay, so one more tip. If the sticker does not get out, but gets a little bit out, you see here, do not put in your drain. We're already doing the best we can because all these are plastic micro pieces, right? So get a little toilet paper and swipe the parts you can. I'm doing just with one hand, but just for you to have an idea, swipe away before washing because we're already practicing. All the stickers we have, we're already doing this, okay? And this toilet paper you cannot put on the burner container. Remember the ones we are burning at our own residential community. This is gonna go in the trash. While trash lasts, make sure you take all stickers of all types. And from the organization, as soon as we have give the notice to all companies, all stickers need to already be just a piece of paper with white glue and not a real sticker, okay? All right, and hopefully will work. But the trash trucks gonna still passing once a week or so, right, at the main roads, right? Not inside residential communities anymore, but on avenues and main roads, okay? At the door of residential communities. So in case anyone is still find any trash, all right? Okay, we're doing great. Probably for 4 more weeks or so, 4 or 8 weeks, we're gonna let you know these details, okay? Once, we are not going to need them afterwards. Okay, my friends, so remember, always get your water the day before. Leave it there, leave it ready, because it's gonna evaporate chlorine. Leave it open if you think it's needed. Okay, I'm just reusing water, so that's why I have little things there. Reusing water that I was washing things here, but they're clean, no soap, nothing. Okay, so it will evaporate chlorine and even a few other things, okay? All right, and then they're ready to go. Don't use them for anything else. You know those containers are for the garden. You're going to use them for the garden. All right? And there it goes. Okay, my friends, important to remember. See this counter here? It's very important. If it's food, it's food. If it's garden work, it's garden work. If you use any container for something, it's not this case, but if you use any container at the garden, make sure disinfect them. Any bowl, you know, so you see food is food, garden is garden. Always let them dry a little bit or get a real towel and dry them a little bit before you put inside. Not too much because you're going to use them in 2 days or so, right? Everything that you wash. Okay, depend how big is your family. You're going to have 2 of those or, you know, 2 is enough, just 2. And you keep filling them up when it's needed. Alright, my friends, so here we have some tips for cleaning the refrigerator. Get a dry towel, maybe even the one that you're already using, that's fine. And put some soap. You know, if your soap is liquid, you can put some more. If it's more paste, you can just put 2 or 4 drops. Alright, so you come here, you wipe down everything. Take the things out, alright, because it's just soap and anything that's there. So you can use your regular towel. But now, to clean, you already get a towel that you already boil, all right? So that's how you're gonna do. Wet just a half of it, and the other half, it's a good one, all right? Because it's just to take the soap out. You know, it's not going to get dirty, okay? All right, so one side is wet, the other one is not wet, right? So you have to go over everything, right? That you pass the towel with wet side, and then the other side is dry, so you're ready, gonna dry that part, right? So rinse everything and already dry everything. Okay, all right, so keep going, because very important to take all the soap out. Okay, very important, have everything clean. I already took the drawers out, I just need now to wipe it off. Okay, because now it's everything, and the if you have any drawer, do the same, everything, the freezer. Okay, but now I need 2 hands so I can work. Okay, so you have to make sure you clean the rubber of the refrigerator. See, my refrigerator is really old, but you have to slide. You see how clean it is? Let me see if I can show you. See, very clean. You have to do it once a month. You get the towel, make a little point in it, and slide all over, even the bottom. Very important. Okay, so you have a clean fridge. Even that's a little old, but we're gonna change. Everyone that has anything old gonna change, all right? But it's very important for you to start practicing. Once a month you do all details, and every week you just do very fast, okay? But all the shelves need to be clean, and the drawers, while you still have drawers, right? Because you're not going to have drawers in the future. They're not really strong enough. But we are going to have, I think, some shelves like that. Maybe, right? Can fit some containers. Okay, we are going to have freezers because we can keep meat for the winter. We can keep some fruits for the winter, right? Not too much. We're gonna have an estimate how much per person and need to be consumed. You know, by springtime, we cannot say springtime because some people have the winter time that's hard to plan when rains too much. So we're gonna tell detail for everyone. Yes, you can have freezer and keep them during the hard time of planting, okay? All right, and we're also gonna have an estimate on how long we have to use. You cannot keep anything for the good season. You have to use it all, okay? All right, have everything clean and organized and get ready. Okay, someone might ask, and how you disinfect that, right? Yes, I put vinegar here, around, you know. You can let it dry at your counter or in the refrigerator. But if you have anything like that, yes, you have to disinfect. You don't know who put the eggs there, right? You have to disinfect everything with vinegar. If you got bags like that, that's how I do it, you know. It's just an idea. I put vinegar outside all around, including the, you know, the opening of the bag. And while I get just some for a few days, and then I disinfect them separately. Or you can take them out of the bag, disinfect them all, whichever you think it's more convenient, because some people might have too many containers or not, okay? All right, so you have to disinfect everything you purchase, even salt, you know, and the salt is something else because this is real sea salt, okay? It is good, you know, so if you read the ingredients, it just said sea salt, you see? But in some countries, they add other things so it won't get stuck together, right? So we're gonna have a video just about salt because we need healthy salt, okay? All right. And for people that does not have salt at their own country, they will have eggs, iodine for eggs and other sources, depending if they have an ocean close by, you know. We are going to have a video just about that. That's very important. Iodine, we need iodine, but we really don't need salt itself, okay? All right. Okay, I'm going to show you here how to slide the leaves. You wait a day of the Philanthrop tenellus. Remember the quebra-pedra, the stone breaker. All right, and then you just slide. Take the main and you just slide. Look, all of them come out very, very easy. I didn't try yesterday when I harvest them, and you cannot do too much at the time. but it worked really well. Look, you slide them because you don't want to eat these hard little pieces. You want mostly leaves. You see? Look, a lot got out. And what is left over, you see? That's what's left over. Just the branches itself, cut tiny and put on the bottom with your veggies or, with your compost. They're gonna break down with time, that's fine. Even that they're a little green, but just a little bit. You don't have a lot of other things with it, you see? So those are the two I got, you see? They came out pretty clear. All right, so on this that you got here, cut in small pieces and put some vinegar to break down and also disinfect, as I already said before, right? Or lemon. And then you rinse, leave for a few hours, then you eat for lunch or dinner. Okay, you see? Great, right? Yeah, very nutritional. Very good. Okay, so here we have more tips. I'm doing these videos for the volunteers. If you watch, you can already use, but the main thing is for the volunteers to know that we have to give details for everything for everyone, because some people never did that before. Okay, so according to your reality, whichever the container you have, the main thing is that they can close really well. And in all of them, put some eggshell there, because the bacteria gonna start breaking down. Put little different things, a little coffee, a little tea, whichever you have, a little banana peelings, whichever you have, okay? So they're gonna have different bacteria already growing. And as you rinse the coffee, the tea, or rinse one container or another, they're gonna fill out. Get another one, okay? And try to dump them out every Wednesday and every Saturday. Saturday is mandatory, and in the middle of the week, it's important too. Okay, never put seeds of fruits, because it's gonna give you one more work. And be careful when you have your, all the dry leaves and the little cuttings you got, make sure you get from an area that does not have weeds, okay? Very important, all right? Because this, you don't want to be pulling weeds afterwards, so make your work easier. The other thing is from the moringa or from the cilantro, whichever plant you have, do not cut very thick ones. This one is fine, because you don't want to get your scissors broken, okay? All right, so thin ones cut with the scissors, fine. The other one, for this compost, I just showed there in a bucket to leave 2 days in soap and then 2 days vinegar, right? And then rinse. If you want to break them down, put 2 more days and use only on Saturday. All right, so, or overnight, right? Be careful with the things you get so they don't have any disease. That's just a leaf I found in another location. But have a look on what you're getting. Make sure they can be old, it's fine, such as I got. But they cannot have disease. Be careful, okay? All right. So, if you have pots that have big holes, already figure out what you're going to put. This I found very useful because I got a lot of those from egg cartons, right? Egg boxes. So they will cover out the huge holes they have very easily. Okay, so here is one of the thicker ones for moringa, cilantro, that you do not cut. You don't want to break your scissors, okay? Wait, put outside somewhere when you have proper clippings. Every family gonna have clippings at the community, okay? And then you cut them smaller and put them to break down at your own garden. All right, so now for vinegar. Those things, we are going to tell if you're gonna boil, put hot water instead of vinegar, because the vinegar, with time, we don't want to corrode those things. So I believe that hot water, it's more sustainable for this case, okay? All right? If it's plastic, it's okay, but even for the frame, if the frame is stainless steel, because we want everything to last for hundreds, for millennia. So we're gonna give have a good research and let you know how you're gonna disinfect those when really needed. Okay, the same thing is for peelings. Some lemon shells, right? I'm gonna say shells, but peelings. They're also very hard, even that they're thin. So be careful. Do not break your scissors. Use your clippers. Okay, so this one, it's already, it's ready. You know, I put different things here. Do not put anything with oil from your kitchen, right? We do not fry anything anyways. But here you can put shells, egg shells, as I said, for them to start breaking down. By Saturday, this will be great. Look, outside is really clean. You know, no mosquito, nothing gonna even know what's inside there. You can keep at your counter or at your porch, whichever you think is warmer and possible. Okay, yes, you can have the light, right, and heat, but not straight sun, because depend the container you have, might have PBA or not. Okay, all right, so use your money what you really need. What you really need is this, you know, a very good spray, a very good spray container. So mine is really good. Shoot far away in case you have to kill ants, path or something, right? And it's very, look, it's spread in a variety, in a good area, and the tiny drops go really cover the whole area. So I have two different positions here, far away and close by. So that is the one that we really want, okay, this type of spray. And I have for months and months now. It's keep strong and very good and useful. All right, so here are a few more tips. The other thing, your little towel, your little rug, you know, that you wash things of the garden and that you wash things of the sink, do not mix with the kitchen. The kitchen have to boil once a week, you know, for now, or even twice a week to be more secure, right? On this adjustment time, 28 weeks, and for afterwards, we're gonna tell if it's one a month or how it would be. Okay, I put my little towel here because it never gets bad. It's 100% cotton, never stinks because I'm always washing really well. And sometimes, as I said before, you put them somewhere to dry completely, okay? Or at the end of each day, okay? All right, so always smell, and do not put bleach. Bleach will be allowed for now, I think once a month. I think that's really reasonable, only during the 28 weeks and mostly for the bathroom, right? Okay, while everyone get adjusted with all these things that we need. And after that, you know, we're gonna use only vinegar. And for every surface of all types, you see this is Formica. Formica would handle anything, would handle bleach, would handle vinegar, even to let dry. But for natural surface, such as marble and things like that, we're gonna give you proper details on how many minutes, how the vinegar can need to be dissolved, so it won't corrode the marble with time. Okay, so volunteers, please have all videos ready to go and be ready for everyone. Thank you for your cooperation. I really appreciate all your attention. Thank you. Okay, my friends, so here everything I'm already, you know, everything is already disinfected and washed. I'm just waiting to dry. I'm gonna dry this way now. Okay, so it's ready for Saturday. Okay, so you do the same, have everything ready, because you don't want to put things inside that are wet. Okay, even my seeds, my tomato seeds, you know, they're already dry, so they're not going to get bad anymore. Okay, so this is already dry. So get everything ready, organized to go. So you will have a very productive time Saturday morning with your family and your neighbors. Okay, so for everything that we're going to make, we need to figure out how we're going to make them now, right? Have as most as we can, and also how we are going to make them in the future, such as brooms, small brooms, big brooms. In the future, will be with natural fiber. Right now, we can do plastic because, we have to grow these things, learn how to make them, right, to be sustainable. Okay, for all of them, it's mandatory to clean any hair that you would have between. So we have to make them soft so they can sweep, but also not too close so we can clean between. And we are going to tell you how to clean. If we can clean with a thin stick, because some people have curly hair, right? Black people, some people have long hair. So they're different. We are going to tell how we're going to clean between the bristles so we don't have any hair, and the broom gonna last for decades. Okay? And in the future, as we need, we are going to replace them with natural fiber that we're gonna plant and make the brooms ourselves. The other thing is that it's forbidden to use broom to kill insects of any type. So we're going to have something else for example, for spiders or cockroaches, whichever you find. We're going to tell you how you're going to kill. Otherwise, the broom's going to break in very shortly. All right? Okay? So everyone that's smart there, start thinking how we're going to make. One per building, if the building is small, or for sky risers, every 4 floors we can have one of those, to kill. Or use a spray with chemicals for now. For cockroaches, it's going to be hard, but for spiders. So how we are going to be really smart and how we would kill any of those things. For sky risers, we don't need anything after the 4th floor because very unusual they're going to have something that is crawling. If they have, will be bugs, flying bugs, right? So that they can figure out with vinegar, they can spray, they're going to be fine. Okay, but up to the 4th floor, I think is reasonable. Also, we need something that for locations that can kill snakes, and other things already said. So this video is for the volunteers. Please already start figuring out ideas. And if you're in a position, start already figuring out how to make things, okay? All right, so we're really organized. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to show you this type of sponge we are not going to use. During the 2 days, clean what you can and throw it away. The other one that is white, it's a foamy white thing to take crayons from the walls. Yes, you have to use during those 2 cleanup days, and you can keep for the 28 weeks because little kids and even kindergarten, 1st graders are learning that they cannot draw on walls. Not 1st graders, sorry. Only preschools and kindergartens. Okay, the other one that's foamy. All right? Okay, we're also not going to use this with the yellow part. So we are going to use only that. Okay, for now, I think maybe for 2 years or so, right? And when they start getting apart, I don't really know what to do with it. But it's useful. The other option is instead of making these green ones, we use the ones that are already made. So here's an improvement. But we need that one that's very thick, I don't know if it's steel, like Brillo. I don't know how that calls, but it lasts forever. It's not the simple Brillo. No, it's not. Okay, because the simple Brillo get rusted somehow. Even those that come with soap, right? A lot of dry soap like United States. But we need some kind of things just for this beginning, right? Because on the future, we can use only baking sodas for bottoms of pans, for example, with baking soda vinegar, all right? And the rest, everything will be fine with the cotton towels, okay? So here it is. Yeah, that's not mine, okay? That's my roommate, just to let you know. and this was found on the street somewhere, okay? All right, thank you. Okay, so when your garden little rug, right, 10 by 10, or your kitchen for dishes, if the dish you think you can use a bit more, put to the garden and have the garden on recycle. I cut about 1 by 1, you see, so they will easily break down, okay? So that's the rule and guideline. You know, when it's a lot of fabric, then we are going to see how we're going to recycle. But if it's just a little bit, you can cut yourself, put at your own garden. All right? Okay, we're doing great. Okay, so we're trying to figure out 2 ways that are authorized. One of them, you know, your cleaning towels, because you have to clean walls and this and that. You can use it, you know, cut 10 by 10, and you can use it for this dishes, dishwashing, and your own garden little thing if you need, right? But you have to sew so it will really last for a long time. And we're also going to sell ready ones, already sewn, right? Students at school can do it because they need to be sewing things and we need to be using things. Not too much, right? That, you know, amount that they have to keep practicing, learning, but not for us to using too much because it takes a lot of work for us to grow cotton or other fibers. Okay? All right, thank you.